Hey guys, I'm Big Al. Welcome to my new channel, Big Al's Do-It-Yourself. Repairs, upgrades, and fix-it tips. This channel is going to be really unique because part of the content is going to be driven by you, the viewer. So please send in those questions and requests on videos that you want to see, and I'll do my best to get some of those videos out there for you. So I've been in the home building business for over 10 years, and it's only appropriate that our first video project should be painting your kitchen cabinets. So we're going to start out with this kitchen, which was built back in 2000, and we're going to redo the kitchen cabinets, new countertops, new kitchen sink, and new faucets. So if you guys are ready to do it yourself, let's get going. Okay, so the first step to any kitchen painting project is, of course, picking out the right color paint for your cabinets. These cabinets are actually purchased from Home Depot. I believe they're American Woodmark. They're solid maple with a natural finish, top coated with lacquer. As you can see, we've already moved the hardware and we've numbered all the doors and drawers, and we've taken a picture of that. As these doors come off and these hinges are removed, we'll just use a magic marker and write a number on that, and then take this piece of tape and stick it over that number so the paint doesn't cover it. That'll make installation a lot easier. We're going with the same hardware, which was recently upgraded, so we don't need to pre-drill our holes. But these doors are going to be finished in the garage where I have built a spray booth. We're going to show you a little bit about that, but I'll do a separate video on building your own paint booth. And then all the trim and cabinet framing will be hand painted. I'll show you the kind of paint we're going to use on that too. We've had this enamel sink and we're going to replace it. It's been pretty nice, but the main problem with enamel sinks is it chips and it can get scratches in the bottom of it. So that's going away. And we looked at granite composite sinks, we looked at quartz sinks, and our salesman at Home Depot recommended stainless steel. He convinced us to go with that. It's zero maintenance, zero headaches. We love that, so that's what we're doing. So please utilize your Lowe's, your Home Depot experts, and get them to help you and guide you through this project, because they have some great ideas and really a lot of experience in doing this. As you can see, we've removed all the doors and the drawers. They've all been cleaned with a solution of Dawn, just a few drops in a gallon of water, and then a separate spray degreaser. We're only doing one side of this kitchen, mainly because I just do not have the space to store all of these door fronts and bases. Okay, so we're out here in the garage. As you can see, I have one of my cabinet doors here that's been cleaned, and the next step is to wipe it down with denatured alcohol using these disposable lint-free blue shop towels. They're going to be excellent for this job. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sand all the gloss off using 220 sandpaper, and then I'm going to use this sandpaper just to get all my edges. As you can see, this finish is in excellent shape. If you had cracking or any kind of chipping coming off, you'd want to sand that finish off using 180 or something a little more aggressive. But my cabinets are in excellent shape, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay, so here's the products that we're using, because we have a polyurethane finish, so we're going to have to block that with a primer. If you're going to be spraying this, you'll want to use the Zinsser Bend primer. If you're going to be brushing it, you'll want to use something like the Kilz Original or the Zinsser Cover Stain, both which are oil-based primers. You'll do that to block that polyurethane, which will cause a lot of issues with your paint flaking or bubbling up. So that's a requirement there. And then we'll top coat it with the Sherwin-Williams Emerald urethane trim enamel. This is in the satin finish. It's an excellent product in my opinion, and our cabinets are going to turn out absolutely gorgeous. If you're spraying, there's all sorts of high volume, low pressure HVLP spray guns you can get. They work excellent with your latex paints, but you've got to have protection. You got to have a paint smock. You got to have a respirator. You have to have eye protection, gloves, and also you're going to need a compressor. This is the compressor I used here. It's a 7.9 cubic feet per minute at 40 psi. It works really well, although we were shooting around 20 to 25 PSI with this spray gun. We got an excellent finish. If you're going to be brushing it on, rolling it on, I highly recommend this Purdy 4-inch roller. It's very, very nice, gives a good finish. You use a 1/4-inch snap. I like the Purdy rollers better, but I had some of these too, so either one works pretty well. Then you'll need a complement of paint brushes. You could add a paint additive to the Emerald to give you a better flow out and longer dry time, but in my opinion, it really didn't make that much difference. All right, so that's the paints, so let's get to work. All right, guys, I gotta tell you, this $300 paint booth is the bomb. It is awesome. Awesome, awesome. This is just the primer coat. Look how beautiful that is. I'm spraying with Ben Shellac. It dries really quick, but I love it. I love it. I got our exhaust system right there. I'll show you how that works. But this is awesome. There's not one drop of dust anywhere. All right, this is my exhaust system right here. $100 for that. Comes right out here. And I can ventilate it in about 1 minute. In about 1 minute, all the fumes are out of the garage. Very little overspray because I'm using an HVLP sprayer. So let's get these priming done and jump on to the top coat. All right, as you can see, all the painting is complete. 2 coats of oil-based primer and 2 coats of Emerald urethane finish completes the cabinet work. The next step of the project is to get these old countertops off so we can make room for the new quartz countertops that are coming in. This backsplash is installed after the countertops, which is typical. So there's going to be about a 1/2 inch overlay there along the edge of the countertop. The best way to break that seal right across here is to use a Dremel tool and to use the blade MM482. That's the MM482. You can get a multi-pack of them right here. It does a great job. You just need to undercut all the way across like this. Just go in about a 1/2 inch all the way across. And then you're going to find when you pull these drawers out, about every 2 feet, the installer has attached a sheetrock screw through these little plastic corner pieces. You just unscrew those. Hopefully this unit was not glued down. If it has, it's just going to be a real pain, but this will come off really easy. In fact, this one's already done. Okay guys, so if you've been following my channels, you know I like to give a Big Al bonus tip. This one has to do with removing these sinks that butt up against a bar or a wall and you can't break the seal along the back side to lift that sink out. So what you do, obviously you can undercut all the way around the sink here. You get to the back, you can't do it. So all you gotta do is simply come right down the edge about 1/8 to 3/16 of an inch just to break through that laminate, and then the sink will just pop out with that piece of laminate right there. And that's how you get it out, folks. Well, what do you think? The kitchen is complete. It looks great, doesn't it? We're very happy with the way it turned out. I got to give a big shout out to Home Depot and their design center and their contracting for the countertops. Everything went perfect. There were no glitches. We're very happy with the way it turned out. There's only 2 seams in this whole countertop. You'll see right here, you can barely see it. This is quartz. It's going to be durable, no maintenance. It's going to last forever. But let's talk about the cabinets that we painted. You can see here, this was sprayed on. All of this was sprayed on. This was rolled on. The only difference is a little bit of texture and the way it feels. This is a little rougher, but this is smooth. But if you use that roller that I showed you earlier, it's going to give you the best finish ever. And inside here, very little difference. I feel a few little dust nubs, but really most people will never notice that. The reason I chose to go with spray painting is it's so much faster. I had 50 door and drawer fronts basically to get painted, so spraying it with primer, 2 coats of primer, 2 coats of finish, it went very, very fast. Other than that, it's your call on how you want to finish it. So that wraps up this kitchen remodel, but don't be surprised on the next video if you see an old dusty bicycle in the garage get converted into one of the most popular, hottest items on the market today, and that's e-bike conversions. But send me what you want me to do next. Send me your questions, and make sure you subscribe and like my channel, because I'm Big Al. I want you to do it yourself with my tips and tricks. See you next time.